Welcome back. It is 8:11. You know, millions of parents are getting ready to send their kids off to college. If you're one of them, you're going to want to listen to this, because before they fly the coop, there's one more important thing that you need to teach them: money management. And we've got the perfect person here for that, financial professional Paul Durso from Durso Capital Management. He's helping us financially cram for college.
Yes.
Excuse the pun.
That's okay.
So you are talking about 4 key things that students need to be educated on, right? The first one is budgeting.
Yeah, when a client comes into my office, the very first thing that we want to do is put together some sort of plan.
Yeah.
You know, for college students, it's no different, but this is a spending plan.
Okay.
You know, budgets are tough to talk about.
Right.
Spending plans may be a little bit easier. A spending plan is just a simple way that the college kids can make sure they're responsible with how they spend their money in college. The worst thing that you want to do is
spend too much. Spend what you don't have, right?
Create habits that you can't afford.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
college.
So budgeting is the first key to that solid financial plan.
Yeah.
You say checking and savings accounts. Should they create one, not create one?
Definitely create one.
Yeah.
You know, I can remember the very first time that I opened up a savings account. I was 9 years old. You can never be 9 years old.
Okay.
You can never be too old or too young to start a savings or checking account. Heading into college, it's the very first step in finding independence.
Sure.
So
sure.
It's going to help you build some credit.
Okay. Speaking of credit cards. What should they know and learn about credit cards?
Well, a couple things. It's one of those things that's a bittersweet. It can lead to a lot of independence, and it can be a lot of a captivity as well.
Yeah.
You know, when I was in college, I remember going to a ton of sporting events, and they had those credit card vendors that were giving
those little kiosks that are just
giving away T-shirts and blankets with all your sporting, your team's mascot on it. Be very careful of those. They're very expensive. They have very high interest rates. If you're going to have a credit card in college, first of all, you have to be responsible and disciplined. And secondly, do your research. Find cheap credit cards that have very low interest rates.
Okay. And student loans. This is a big topic, I know, for a lot of college students. What should we know about student loans?
Okay. It's very common to have a student loan these days. One of the best things students can do is be responsible to start paying them earlier than later. So set a plan. Even if you're in college, if you're like me, there's no way you could afford paying a student loan when you were in school.
Right.
But today, with summer jobs and worth ethic and people working a lot more, making a little bit more money, they might be able to pay a few $100s a month or a little bit. Even a little bit of payment can mean a huge
difference. Yeah. What do you suggest for kids who are graduating from college and entering the workforce?
You know, when I was first married, I saw a magnet on my honeymoon, and one of those refrigerator magnets that says, "Don't sweat the small stuff." As a financial planner, I tell you what, small stuff over a long period of time can turn into a lot of big stuff.
Sure.
So when I'm talking to a college student, I'm going to say start early. Save into a 401k, an IRA, whatever you can, because even if it's a little bit amount of money, over a long period of time, it can grow to a lot.
It's a huge difference after 30, 40 years. So
we're working longer.
Yeah.
So the earlier you can start, the better.
The better. All right, Paul, good stuff. Good advice there. Thank you. We're going to be right back after this break. You're watching WBTV News this morning on Bounce.